Hey everybody, Nick Leydorf, episode 50, Off the Clock. I wanted to talk some more about some sovereign citizens with you. I am fascinated, and I've climbed down the rabbit hole, and I want to share with you some of the stuff that I've found. This is a guy that's being arraigned in a court, not sure where, but I want to share this with you, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll maybe get your reactions. You let me know what you think. So I am going to share this, and there we go. All right, as you can see, it's Zoom court. So hopefully this guy does not look like a cat. So we'll see what happens here, and away we go.
Oh, this is for? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely.
Good catch.
Hello, Judge.
Oh,
Good
starts off nice.
afternoon, sir. This is People versus Asher Edwards, P20 CRF 0347. Mr. Edwards, this is the time and place set for your arraignment. Do you consent to have an arraignment by video conference?
Sir, is this an Maritime Admiralty Law courtroom that we're processing through?
No,
Here we go. Already off to a good start. Asked him one simple question: are you okay with having this on Zoom? And his response is this a maritime or admiralty court? Interesting. What? No. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. No, it's not. It's not. It's a district court. And this is crazy. It's just nuts to me that I want to learn the script. I want to learn where these people learned it. I want to know who it came from, where this came from, how they decided that they were going to respond like this, and yeah. So let's keep going. Here we go. Good start. He asked him one question: are you ready to be arraigned on Zoom? Are you okay with that? Are you waiving any whatever? I mean, it's by Zoom. You have to do. I mean, we're in a pandemic. You have to be able to do things, get things done. So it's on Zoom. He's basically just asking him, if this is okay with him, and he's like, "Is this a maritime or admiralty court?" No. All right, let's keep going.
it's not.
This is not a Maritime Admiralty Law courtroom. I believe so.
No.
Absolutely, it is. All courtrooms in this country are Maritime Admiralty Law courtrooms that process people, aren't they?
No, it's not. Wow, is this guy on drug? Like, man, this is wild stuff, man. Well, why did you ask the judge if you knew this, if you knew that all courts were in this country were maritime or admiralty courts, then why would you even ask the judge? Because you're so enlightened that you knew that this is exactly what this is. Why even ask? Why even waste anyone's time? And I'm just so blown away by this. Apparently, I've been practicing in maritime and admiralty courts for the last 15 years. I had no idea. I've never been on a ship. I've never worn a funny hat. I've never been a pirate. I've never represented any pirates. But apparently, I can put that on my resume that I've practiced in the last 15 years exclusively in maritime and admiralty court and litigation. So interesting. Let's see what else he's got to say.
No, sir.
That's false information. Well,
no, sir. This is false information. So apparently this judge is just wrong. He has no idea that he's been practicing in a maritime or admiralty court his entire life, and this guy is just gonna enlighten him this today during this arraignment. Which, by the way, only thing that needs to happen in an arraignment is being advised what you're charged with, what your rights are, and determining some sort of pretrial release. So Are you going to be released with a bond? It means you have to pay something to or a promise to show up for court, or you're going to have to pay some sort of monetary bond or have some sort of surety, post some sort of bond for your appearance. Those are the only things that are going to happen, not whether or not we're practicing in a maritime or admiralty court. So let's keep going.
Either way, this courtroom is trying to process me as state property. See this fictitious name statement? Asher Edwards, spelled in all capital letters. This is not my name. This name was issued to me without my consent, and you cannot legally process me through this courtroom with this without this name in all capital letters that was issued without my consent. My name is spelled Asher Edwards, first capital, all lowercase, Edwards, first capital, all lowercase. And this is the birth name given to me by my parents, protected by the Constitution of the United States.
Whoa.
The Constitution of the United States guarantees that I'm a free-born citizen, inherently owned by no entity. And this fictitious name statement in all capital letters is a declaration of property for my person. Okay? And so, therefore, because this fictitious name statement was issued to me without my consent, therefore, it is illegal for you to process me through this courtroom. So you guys have to figure out something else to do with me.
There's so much to unpack there. You could tell that he was stumbling on his words, I think, because no one's ever allowed him to just utter that nonsensical bullshit for that long in a courtroom. Because normally what would happen is the judge would be like, stop, just stop. This judge, look at this guy. This guy, I want to play poker. I would not want to play poker against this judge. I don't know what he's thinking. He has no emotion on his face. Maybe this happens a lot in his courtroom. I don't know. But I got a lot of respect for this judge for just listening to that. Just nonsense. I never knew. In 15 years of practicing law and 3 years of law school, 4 years of undergraduate, I've never known that you could just a defense to a crime is of what size font that you that your name is in. I never knew that. Who knew that all of these people charged with crimes, all they need to do is raise the defense that their name is not in all capital letters. That sounds like a winning strategy, doesn't it? I think we need to start filing some appeals. That's what I need to do. In addition to being a maritime and admiralty lawyer, I also need to start filing some appeals and get these people out of jail that have been charged wrongly because their name is actually not all caps. That's wild. I did not know that. And he's born. The Constitution says that he's born a free citizen, which. I've read the Constitution in the preamble. I've never seen that in there. Maybe I need to read it again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I'll admit if I'm wrong, but I don't see anything in there about capital letters or font or any of the nonsense that just fell out of his face. So, I don't know. This is wild, man. This is wild. So it's funny, in 2021, we know so much about the world and science, and we can shoot a rocket to the moon, and we can study things that are microscopic and quarks and like even stuff smaller than quarks. And then someone can sit there and say something so ignorant that is just the span between people's knowledge from someone that knows a lot and someone that knows a little is just, it keeps getting wider and wider by the day. It's wild to me. So, but this judge, I give it to him. He is not doing anything. He's not saying anything. He's just letting him go. And, oh, interesting.
Court will enter a not-guilty plea on your behalf, which so time is not waived. Set this matter for trial, setting conference. We'll set this matter for pre-preliminary hearing within the statutory period.
And I would like to see the gun. You said I had a gun. I've never had a gun since I got out of
We'll
jail.
set this matter,
There's
we'll set this matter for pre-preliminary, so do not
Here's my gun. They're lying.
do not speak while you're seeking service.
So he muted him. That's the great thing about Zoom court is the judge can just mute you. Unfortunately, in regular court, you can't tap on their face and mute whatever comes out of their mouth. But in Zoom court, you can just mute them, and then you can just do what you need to do, which is this judge is just setting this guy's hearings for a preliminary examination and a pre-preliminary examination. And this guy, if he knows all of this stuff, all this, let's assume that everything that this guy in the orange jumpsuit knows is 100% true. He should also know that anything that he says is being recorded and can use against him. So when he wants to talk about like a gun and all this kind of stuff, he needs to be quiet, and the judge is actually doing him a favor here, because anything he says is being recorded and can be used against him. Interesting. So let's keep. I think the judge is probably just going to read him his rights, and then hopefully that'll be it. But there's four. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little of 4.5 minutes left. So let's see what happens.
The matter is set for a pre-preliminary hearing on July 21st at 8 a.m. with a preliminary hearing on July 23rd at 8 a.m. So time is not waived. Public Defender's Office is appointed. Sir, you have the following right.
I can't wait for that public defender to get this case. Oh man, you should have been. You should have skipped work on that day. You should have taken some vacation days. They hand it out in random. If you got this guy's case randomly assigned to you at the public defender's office, you need to do something to change your luck somehow. You need to have some sort of voodoo or some sort of seance to change your luck. Because if you got this guy, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to listen to this nonsense. So let's see. The judge is gonna probably start reading him his rights, and here we go.
You have the right to be represented by counsel at all stages of the proceedings. If you cannot afford counsel, the court will appoint counsel to represent you, and I have appointed the public defender to represent you. You have the right to a speedy and public preliminary hearing. That is one within 10 court days, and under the current COVID-19 state of emergency, 30 days of the date of your arraignment, no later than 60 calendar days from the date of your arraignment. You have the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses. You have the right to present a defense, including use of the court's subpoena power to compel the attendance of witnesses on your behalf. You have the right to remain silent. You cannot be compelled to testify against yourself. You have the right to a speedy and public jury trial, one within 60 days of your arraignment on an indictment or information. Today you are arraigned only on a criminal complaint. You have the right to reasonable bail.
All right. Now they're going to start asking him. He's going to ask him if he understands these rights, and then he's going to unmute him. And then this guy's probably going to say some more nonsense. So let's see what happens.
Sir, do you understand these rights?
Did he wink? Was that a wink? Let's go back. Let's see if he winked at the judge. He did! He winked at the judge! I don't know if that's some sort of sovereign citizen, if that's in the playbook or not. I don't know if that's like step 18 is if the judge asks you if you understand your rights, you sit there for 25 seconds not saying anything and then just give him a little wink. I don't know if it's on page 43 of the Sovereign Citizen Manual, which is all in caps, by the way. So let's see. So he winked at the judge after he asked him if he understands his rights. So let's see what goes on next.
I do not stand under, sir.
What? What? He asked him. I love these people so much. It gives me so much joy. The judge asked him if he understands his rights, and then he winked at the judge, and then he said, "I do not stand under." Let's see what he said.
I do not stand under, sir.
There is a request for criminal.
Stand under you.
There is.
I don't. That's not what it means. That's not what understand means. That's not what that means at all. I'm not gonna stand under you. Do you acknowledge that these are what your rights? I don't knowledge act or what. How could you break that apart? Like, just, oh man, it makes my brain hurt. I start getting something on the side, and I like my head's gonna explode. Oh.
A request for a criminal protective order in this case.
So that's like an order that keeps you from having contact with anybody. So if you get out of jail, then they can keep you from contacting probably the alleged victim in this or anybody else that's requested. In Michigan, there's not so they call it something. It's different than here, but I've never heard it referred to like that before, which is kind of weird. Let's listen to it again.
A request for a criminal protective order in this case.
We just call it a no contact order in Michigan.
The people are not here. I don't see anyone here in support of that criminal protective order. The court declines to issue the criminal protective order at this time.
Interesting. Oh, he's muted again. I'm missing it. We're missing these nuggets,
You
Judge.
be heard regarding custody status.
Oh man, now he's gonna ask him about what he has to say about his pretrial release and if he should be released on bond. So we got a minute and a half left, and let's see if this guy just keeps giving nuggets of entertainment from the sovereign citizens. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe the least restrictive bands of I was just asked for GPS and pretrial release supervision and he has zero failures to appear.
I think is that his public defender? I don't know who that was, but he's like, oh man, I'm gonna get this guy's case. Or if that's the prosecutor, I mean, kudos to him for not trying to be fair. He's at least restrictive means, but I think that's probably the public defender's office defending him here at this hearing, which, I mean, I would have probably told them much earlier to stop making editorial comments during your arraignment, because it'll probably affect your release decision. But let's see what happens. We got a minute left. Oh man, he's muted.
Probation Department's recommendation is the defendant not be released on pretrial supervised release, as the assessment shows that he has a high risk of to fail pretrial monitoring.
I mean, to be honest, this judge is doing exactly what he should be doing, which is, being very fair and not considering the incoherent babble that fell out of this guy's mouth for the last 7 minutes. and just being very fair and considering whether or not he's going to release him on bond. It's probably good that he's being muted at this time because you can see from the guy's face that he's has probably some pretty choice words about what's just being said about him. So I'm interested to see what do you guys think? Are the judge going to let him release him on some sort of bond or not? I don't know. Questions. Who knows? Let's find out what the answer is.
Set bail in the amount of $72,500.
Wow.
That's scheduled bail. Next matter.
Well, I think that means that our boy is not getting out of jail, and he can talk to the other sovereign citizens in jail and come up with some sort of defense. Maybe it has something to do with some other defense where font is that issue. I don't know. All caps, maybe underline, italicized, strike through. I don't know. Who knows? But I love watching these sovereign citizens in court. And I hope you like it too. And so if you have any questions or anything, just shoot me a comment and make sure to like and subscribe to make sure that that I can get these videos out to as many people as possible, because I would love to I'd love to interview a sovereign citizen on one of these. So please, if you'd love to be interviewed on a Facebook Live, I would love to do that. So shoot me a message, and I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good weekend. All right. Take care. All right. Bye.